Hey everyone, it's Aladdin here with the Chase DA Sports Handicapping YouTube channel. I think our last video went pretty good. Our dog of the night, Justin Gagey, hit. Unfortunately, Usman, he did not win. Fair play to Edwards. He definitely did win that fight. But yeah, you got to roll with the punches. You got a good dog in Gagey. And I think we move on. This is a special video. I have a longtime friend of mine, known him almost all my life. I'll introduce him as Nate, but a lot of people will call him the Tease. He's Tease.
Hello everyone, how you doing? Excited to be here on the channel with Aladdin. Hopefully we can give you guys some good picks. Hopefully most of them hit, if not all of them.
That's what I like to hear, making that money. So we're just going to jump straight into this. I'm not going to start with these first four fights. I will say Ignacio Bahamondes, that guy is sick. Very good striking. A little untested, though, but he is solid, though. I think he is a deserved favorite. But the first fight I'm going to really dive into is GM3 versus Joe Pfeiffer. And I think this fight is actually really interesting. I wish they would have put it a little higher up on the card. But my ultimate play in this fight is hammer the under, or at least get on the under, because Gerald Meerschaert, he has 35 wins. Only 2 of them have gone to decision. And shout out to my boy Blood Money to turning me on to that one, because, I mean, those are just crazy stats. The guy is just kill or be killed. And I really think that either Meerschaert wins by sub or Pfeiffer wins by a KO. What do you think about
Pfeiffer, that? Yeah, Pfeiffer's totally just been an action man since he's been in the UFC or whatever on the Contender Series. Even Dana said he's like, be like Joe Pfeiffer. So, I mean, the guy's last 5 fights have all ended in knockout. I think one of them he got sparked, but the other 4 have gone in his favor. So, yeah, with combination of the Meerschaert stat you gave about how pretty much all of his finishes or all of his wins are finishes, and then Pfeiffer being that he's kind of a kill or be kill guy as well, I think under is a good pick here.
And you could get the under 2.5 for minus 300. Great parlay piece, I think. I think you got to get on that parlay piece. Anything else to add to that one?
I mean, I'm really up in the air on who I think's going to win that one. I mean, I think like Pfeiffer's probably the safer play, but we were actually Aladdin and I were just watching the last UFC event together, and we both agreed it's like it's hard watching a fight when it's a total striker against a total wrestler and you have your money on the striker, because you know as soon as he gets taken down, that round is just a wash for you.
Oh my God, it's so frustrating when that happens.
Yeah, I would maybe do Meerschaert as a dog just for that purpose. It's the wrestler, I don't know. I'd rather have my money on the wrestler than the striker. But also, I think Pfeiffer did have a few submissions early in his career before he got to the UFC, so I can't really speak on his ground game, but I'd imagine Meerschaert's going to be dominant there, so possibly dog.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you could get GM3 by sub at probably plus 300 or more, that's a pretty good dog pick right there.
Yeah, just like a sprinkle or something. I'm not doing anything too heavy either way here, because anything can happen when a guy was like that. With a guy like Pfeiffer, he's got that crazy hand, so anything can happen with him.
Exactly. So for the sake of this video, we'll probably both pick GM3, but probably, if we're going to bet it, very, very small.
Yeah, lean GM3, though.
Okay. Do you have anything on this Chase Sherman-Carl Williams fight? I know Sherman, I mean, he's just on a horrible skid. His only win is to Jared Vandera.
How can you put your money on Sherman? They might as well light it on fire.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, Williams may be a parlay piece if you're making like a long shot parlay or something. I saw that guy in his because I think he only has one UFC fight and then a Contender Series fight or something like that. And in those last 2 fights, he has 20 minutes of combined control time, so he's just kind of lay on. But he did look relatively active, so I don't know.
Yeah, and Sherman, I mean, for a heavyweight, the guy hits like he has pillows in his hands. I mean, he just he couldn't punch his way out of a paper bag.
It's like the 20 minutes of control time makes me want to think that potentially like the fight to go the distance could be a good pick, because that's plus 110. There's some value
but
there.
It's heavyweight though.
But at the same time, it's like it's heavyweight.
You're gonna be clinching your butt for 15 minutes, hoping that one guy doesn't get killed.
Sherman to have enough like willpower to want to get through this beating that he's probably not really gonna take. Like I think he's gonna tap early. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
mean,
I think Sherman's probably on his way out. I mean, he was supposed to fight Chris Barnett. He's a pretty big guy himself, and
really, they were gonna feed him to Barnett.
I think he was the underdog or maybe a pick 'em in that one. But I mean, here,
Yeah,
I mean, the bookies aren't giving him any chance. So
yeah.
and so probably for the sake of this video, probably Williams by murder, but probably
Yeah,
another no bet.
we'll just say Williams. Just yeah, if you could get him maybe inside the distance, maybe. I don't know.
I wouldn't.
Maybe sprinkle fight to go the distance if you think that Sherman's gonna have some fucking will that night. But
Yeah,
I
if he
don't
just
know.
pulls out the heart of a lion, but I mean that's just asking a lot.
Yeah, training with Anthony Smith.
Yeah, but okay, I'll go with Williams by murder. But moving on to the next one, we're sticking or
We got
skipping.
Gastelum versus
Yeah,
Curtis or
about to say
something.
we're skipping Waterson. We're moving straight to Gaslam Curtis. And shout out to Nate for this one. This is just probably one of the best lines ever. We were watching Chris Curtis's last fight against Joaquin Buckley, and this is like after like 6 minutes of just standing there, very rudimentary striking, nothing really going on. And he's like, for the guy's name being Action Man, he doesn't really do a whole lot of action. And I was like, man, you're sort of right. This guy isn't doing anything. And then he, out of nowhere, just clips Buckley and gets, I wouldn't say lucky, but he definitely, he was losing that fight for sure.
Yeah, he needed that. We'll say that. He needed that.
And
He needed that knockout.
a lot of line movement on this one, too. Gaslam opened up at plus 130, and now he's minus 125. So people are getting on Gaslam right now.
Yeah, I wish I got Gastelum at plus 130. I think he definitely wins this fight. I think Curtis, again, is just not a super active guy, whereas Gastelum's going to be probably pushing takedowns, pushing just pace more in general. He's got a crazy chin, as we saw in his fight against Adesanya. I don't think Curtis will knock him out. Curtis has the potential to knock out pretty much anybody, but I don't know. I just think Gastelum is at 125. I think that's just, even that still is just great value because I think that guy's like, I don't know. I lean him pretty heavily. I don't think it should even be this close.
I'm about to say he really only has like one stinker fight in his entire career, and it was that Jack Hermanson fight where he got heel hooked in like a minute. Other than that, the guy is super durable, and I definitely think
That fight was weird to watch. I remember that.
yeah, that it ended like in like 1 minute. I remember we were like sort of just like stunned, but I really do think I think it goes to decision if either guy wins. So I think over is a good play in this one.
Let me see what
It's just
that-
sort of hard because I do like Chris Curtis a lot. I like his personality a lot. So I don't want to fade him. And I think at plus money, if you get him by like maybe lucky KO, but like I said, Gaslam's super durable. So I'll probably just be watching this one as a fan, hopefully rooting for Action Man. But I think Gaslam is definitely he's steaming in the right direction, and I think it's probably maybe even a get right fight for him. I think it's he could wrestle him down, he could get him down, and he could cause him a lot of pain.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I'll probably be on Gaslam for this one. I think he beats Curtis rather handily, but who knows? Maybe the Action Man will actually come out and fucking fight.
Yeah, well, I liked his old nickname better. It was King of Combat. He should have stuck with that one. Okay, so for the
Next road time.
maybe we could do a fun little thing. You choose Gaslam, I choose Curtis. Loser has to do a shotgun or something. Shotgun a beer. So
Yeah.
I'll choose Curtis. He has Gaslam, but that's probably gonna be a no bet for me, except maybe for an over. But are you good on that one?
Yeah, I saw even the overs at like minus 200. So
Yeah, they know these guys are pretty durable. Maybe a okay parlay piece. Maybe not running to the bank.
that fight has the potential to be very boring. I'll say.
Yeah, especially mainly on Curtis's end. Yeah. So moving on, we have the first fight of the main card. It is Raul Rosas Jr. versus Christian Rodriguez. And what I had in my notes was that I think Raul Rosas, he's a very good fighter. He's pretty young, though. He's only 18. But I think this is just a stay-away fight for betting. 18 years old. He's minus 230. And I do think he wins, but if he goes to decision, he'll probably maybe get a close little greasy robbery. Maybe not robbery. But his stand-up's the suspect. I mean, all of his wins except one or by submission. He doesn't like his hands a lot. He just wants to go to the ground with you and wrestle you and get that sub. So I think if Rodriguez can keep it on the feet, he might be a live dog, and maybe not by finish, but he could maybe work him out for 3 rounds and just pick him apart on the feet.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good analysis. I don't have too much to add to this one. I really don't know shit about Christian Rodriguez. I just had to Google the guy to even see what he looks like. So, yeah, I mean, I'd probably just lean Rosas, I guess. I feel like at this point, he's probably just another guy who the UFC sees as sellable. So before they actually give him a real fight, they'll make some money off him and put him against a couple guys who he can beat. So
Yeah,
I'll ride with the Habsburg jaw on this one.
yeah. Rosas does seem like it feels like almost like it just might be the time to fade him. It might be a good bet, and then like once when you do, as soon as he comes out, gets the takedown, and you're like, then you just gotta
If you
watch.
fade this guy, you're just going to get hit with the Patty Pimblett treatment.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And even if he doesn't get this dominant win, they're probably gonna give him the nod still.
Yeah, I feel like Christian Rodriguez has either got to finish this guy or he's losing, man.
Yeah, or just absolutely put on a beat down. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna go with Rodriguez by decision. It's very
Really? That's
yeah.
probably going to be like plus 300 or something if people want to sprinkle that.
I was about to say,
See
well,
that guy plus
he's
180
he's almost
money line.
yeah. You're about to say he's plus 180 money line, so gotta imagine it might be even north of that. But
Yeah, I mean, I got to lean Rosas just because,
I
I know
agree.
shit
I
about
think
Rodriguez, and I
it's
feel like it could be greasy. It could be just like another guy getting fed to him
exactly. I
before they
agree.
give him a real test. I don't know. I don't know too much about this fight, but I just feel like I feel like Rosas is the safe play, but I'll probably stay away.
Yeah, I agree. So I'll choose the dog, but I'm not confident in it. No bet probably for me. I'm gonna move on if you have nothing else on that one.
Yeah, I got nothing else about that guy.
Okay, moving on to Kevin the Trailblazer Holland versus the Ponzi scheme, dude. Ponzinibbio.
Yeah, I go with Ponzi scheme.
Charles Ponzi on you. But I think Holland, this is definitely a get right fight for Holland. I don't think he loses 3 in a row, and especially to a 6-year-old, 6.5-year-old actually, older opponent. Holland will be way quicker in the pocket. I think he could duck in and out very, very sharply, and he has an 8-inch reach advantage. So I mean, 8 inches. That's like a whole forearm almost. So I think he could definitely pick him apart at range. Ponzinibbio probably does have slightly more power, but I think, like I said, he'll be slower. I think so. He'll definitely have to clip him. I think if he wants to beat Holland. And Holland, he really only has lost to like really good wrestlers: Kaimaev, Brunson, Vittori. His really only bad loss on the feet, I would say, was to Wonder Boy, his last fight. Looked pretty complacent and didn't really show a lot in that one. But I think Holland is the rightful favorite, and I do think he's a good favorite to bet on. Throw him in your parlays.
Yeah, I agree. I think Holland was just like getting a little too in the mix and everything between like the whole BS with this fight against Kaimaev at that whole card with the miss weigh-ins and everything, getting moved around, and then just quick fight against, like you said, Wonder Boy and all this, and just I think a little bit of time away would have been good for him. And now he's coming back against a solid guy, a guy who like kind of plays into his style, another striker who is not as long as him. So I think Holland comes away with a victory here.
Yeah,
Ponzi Nebrio, I mean, he's been in the UFC 20 years, something like that. I mean, this is just total battle of the journeymen here.
yeah,
I
for
mean, this whole
real.
card filled with journeymen. We got Masvidal, Burns, all these guys.
Oh my, yeah.
Hanging
Honestly,
around forever but never. That's
the more
card
that you
here.
think about that, yeah, it is a lot of veteran old guy.
GM3, we got quite
GM3,
a few.
yeah.
Get out of here.
You got everyone. It's like a reunion party.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, so like I said, I think Holland will win this fight and probably pretty decisively. I think he could really win this anyway. He's pretty good jiu-jitsu. He could get that Darce choke. He likes that. He's gotten 2 or 3 of those. Loves his hands. I mean, he's knocked out multiple people. And decision, I think he could definitely do that. His gas tank's pretty good. And as long as he's motivated and as long as he has a decent, solid game plan, I think he wins this pretty easily.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Holland kind of gets unmotivated when he fights against all the wrestlers because he hates like having guys lay on top of him who he knows he can't get off. So
Yeah, it's
I think he'll be a lot more, even just in camp and everything. He was not going to be drilling takedown defense and everything this whole time. He's just going to be getting ready for his strike in. like all that, probably doing what he actually really enjoys in the sport again. So I think we see a motivated Holland come in and win, and possibly even get a finish.
Definitely, I love that. Yeah, I'm going with Holland all day. This next
Me as
fight,
well.
I have not that much to say about it, but I'm going to let Nate take over the train there.
All right, so Font versus Yanez. I mean, so these fights are kind of difficult when you have a guy like Yanez coming up who's won all of his fights pretty decidedly, hasn't fought any top 10 opponents, I believe, yet. So then he's going against a guy like Font who's fought against more top 10, proven type guys. These fights are tough to pick because it's like, is Yanez the real deal? If he is, I think he wins. But if this guy's a fluke, we're gonna find out against a guy like Rob Font. So these ones are always very, very tough, and you got to be safe putting a lot of money on a fight like this. But I'd probably lean Adrian Yanez, just put him in as a parlay piece, maybe for a long shot parlay, because you're getting good value at 185. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got about it. I lean Yanez, but just the nature of the fight of like a up and coming guy against a guy who's, I don't know, may fall in more of like a gatekeeper role, since Rob Font probably just isn't. He's good, but he's probably not top level. Probably won't really make any more belt pushes, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll see, but I'll lean Yanez.
Yeah, I think that's really good analysis. Both these guys just have really solid stand-up, just great boxing from both of them.
Yeah, I didn't even mention that. Definitely just going to be a stand-up fight through and through. But
Yeah, I don't think either guy will go for even. They won't even try to go for a takedown. They'll just stand in front of each other.
yeah, Yanez will be super quick. Fon will probably try to counter strike more because he's maybe a little more powerful. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, for the sake of this video, I'll ride Yanez with you, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch some more tape on that one and study up on it.
yeah. I gotta watch a little more Yanez as well because I feel. I mean, I can check really quick. I feel like this guy hasn't fought in a while because I remember that guy.
I
Like,
think
I
you're
remember
right. Yeah.
watching him, and he caught my eye, and I was like, wow, this guy's like really good fighter, like really quick and everything. I thought he was gonna be good, and then just never seen the guy again for a while until maybe even this fight.
Yeah, he I think he's only like 8-1 or 9-1. His record's not that extensive.
He's 16-3. It
Oh, okay.
says,
I was
but
maybe thinking of a different guy
yeah,
then.
maybe it's somebody else not to do that, but he fought in June of 2022, so I guess under a year ago, but
That's not bad. For the sake
still,
of this
but
video,
not
I'll
from
definitely
Yanez.
ride.
I mean,
I'll ride Yanez with you.
yeah, he was active and he had 3 fights in 2021. Won 2 of them by knockout, 1 by split decision. But I mean, 4 knockouts in his last 5 fights, all wins. Hasn't lost since he's been in the UFC. He's won all of his fights. So
Maybe look for
I mean,
an under. I don't know, but it's
I don't know.
both
Because
those guys seem pretty durable.
yeah, and who knows? Who knows if he's going to be good enough to finish a guy like Font?
I'm
Could
surprised
be,
they put
but
that
I
one
don't
on
know.
the third one on the card. It's
Yeah, Giannis must have a big Mexican fan base or something like that.
yeah, I forgot it's in Miami. Yeah, but
Oh, sure.
moving
Might as
on,
well.
the King of
I
Miami.
think Font is. I think he's. Where's he from? Like Cuba or something like that?
I think yeah, Cuba or Mexico, something like that.
Yeah, who knows? What do we got next?
Well, you mentioned Miami, King of Miami, Jorge Masvidal versus Gilbert Durinho Burns. I think this is a great co-main event, and I know this may sound like burning your money, but I mean, look at this. Look at the odds on this. I'll click on it in Bovada to show everyone, but I mean, you could get Masvidal inside the distance plus 650. I mean, the guy hits like a truck. I mean, he literally planted Darren Till like a tree. And then he knocked out Askren in 5 seconds. The guy is definitely a live dog. He clipped Colby Covington in their fight in the 4th round. Granted, he didn't do much with it because he was gassed. But if that was in the 1st round, he would have been all over him. I think Masvidal, he's lost his last 3 fights, so he's going to want to get back in the win column. He's in front of his home crowd. He's going to be even more motivated. I think Masvidal, he may be a little distracted. I know he had like his game-bred boxing thing he has going on, and he has the lawsuit with Colby Covington. But I really do think that Masvidal either just – I think this fight doesn't go the distance also. It says fight to not to go the distance, it's only minus 155. I think get on the under. I think either Burns gets him out in probably late second, third round, or Masvidal in first round. I think he in that first 3 or 4 minutes, Burns is going to stand with him. Look at the fight with Usman. He could have easily gone for a takedown. He was just standing with him, and then he gets knocked out. I think Masvidal could do that all day. And I know Burns has been really hot lately, but plus 650 inside the distance, I'm on that all day. $10 for 65? Why not? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think Burns is a safe pick here.
I agree. He's definitely
a lot more methods to victory.
definitely deserved favorite.
Seems like he's more of a disciplined fighter. Not as much outside the cage bullshit going on like Masvidal.
Yeah.
But I mean, Masvidal, I don't know. I do like what you said. I think that's worth like a small play. Like a $10 or something like that. See if you can hit big on it. But yeah, overall, I think Burns is probably the safer play here. Even with Masvidal having those saying, what do you say? He's like, if I don't win, I might as well retire or something.
Yeah, I heard
So
that.
like,
That was
when he's having those thoughts, if already of like maybe being done and all that, because the fight starts not going his way, I could see this guy quitting.
yeah.
So I also like what you said about the under, or like just inside the distance in general for either guy. I think that'd probably be a good pick because Masvidal's only method of victory, in my opinion, is not like laying him out flat, like you said.
100% agree.
Could get a choke, could get a ground and pound type victory.
100% agree with
lots
you.
of ways you could finish him. So I think overall, yeah. I mean, I think it would have to take a little bit of Masvidal quitting because that guy is a very tough guy. But
I think if you're,
I don't know. I could see him quit.
I think if you're on Burns in your parlay and he's your last leg, hedge with Masvidal by knockout. I think that's a great hedge. If all things else, if you're on,
for real. If late in the night, make a parlay that doesn't have the main event. Fucking put Burns in there, and if it's all hit so far, just hedge with Masvidal by inside the distance.
Yeah, that's a great hedge and or a great long shot.
Yeah, if Masvidal wins by decision, then I don't know.
Yeah, that's just a weird. That's like Ngannou wrestling for 3 rounds. Just the greatest mind f ever.
Yeah.
But
all right, we're moving on to the main event.
Yep, main event time. We have Israel the Stylebender Adesanya versus Alex Poatan Pereira. And the odds did just move like 5 minutes ago. He's back to minus 140. He was at minus 130, but I mean, I'm just going to call this a pick'em fight. I mean, you could easily put Pereira as the favorite. He's won 3 times in a row if you're counting their kickboxing ones. But if you go back and watch the second fight, Izzy was easily won the first round, almost finished him. The second round, easily won. And in the third round, he gets clipped with the left hand and knocked out. And then in their UFC fight, wins, I would say the first 2 rounds were pretty close. Probably won one, lost one. Easily won the third, won the fourth. And then 5th round, probably was winning it, then gets clipped, of course, and loses with like 2 minutes. So I think Adesanya, man, he's been doing a lot of wrestling. So I'm hoping that he could throw that singlet on and maybe get a few takedowns. I know that's going to be a mind F for sure. Adesanya, this wrestle clinic, but I think he could do it. And I think he's super motivated. This is for his legacy, essentially. This guy owns him if he loses this fight, especially by knockout again. So I'm going to choose Izzy. I don't know how I'll bet him because I don't want to lay juice minus 140 for a guy who's lost 3 times in a row to this guy. I think he wins by decision, but for a 25-minute fight, you almost have to be perfect against this guy. Pereira hits like a truck, and all he needs is that one shot. So it's just really hard to get at this one. What do you think, Nate?
Yeah, like you said, it's like for Izzy to win, he needs to be perfect for 25 minutes, but I think he could do that potentially.
He's going to have to, yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's going to have to because obviously this guy hits like a truck. So, I mean, yeah, like you said, I agree. I think he could potentially shoot takedowns because I think Izzy probably has better, like, I don't know, maybe like offensive wrestling, but like at the same time, there's like a weight discrepancy that's going to be in the ring where like Pereira will probably be like the bigger, stronger guy. So like, who knows if Izzy will actually be able to get him down.
For real, dude, that guy is just, I mean,
And I don't know if Izzy will even like let himself do that. Like try to have like a wrestling focused game plan.
I think he
Like, I
loves
feel
his
like
he
at
loves
this
his
fight, I
hands
feel
too
like at this
much.
fight he's fighting like as much for his pride as he is for like whatever. If he's being honest, like the whole fuck the belt, I need to beat this guy, like yada yada. Like I feel like if he wants to prove it to himself, he needs to outstrike this guy. So I feel like that's what he's gonna try to do.
That would honestly like I just want to see him win because he's one of my favorite fighters, and I'd just be really sad if, especially if he got finished again.
I mean,
Because
I've like never really been on the Izzy hype train. I've kind of always been a hater of that guy, if I'm being honest. But like, part of me wants to see him. Like, a big part of me honestly wants to see him win this like redemption arc. Because it's like I like Pereira, he's cool, but it's like, I mean, I don't know. This guy just got in the UFC and everything like that, so I don't know.
yeah, I
I don't
agree.
have
And he doesn't even.
I don't have really much affinity for him. I think he's like fun to watch. All of his fights so far, like totally body bag Strickland.
Yeah, that was
Knocked out
so
Izzy.
funny.
So I mean, yeah, he's sick to watch, and I mean, Poetan's just like he's a crazy, just like a menacing figure in general. That guy's just like scary as hell. But I don't know. I kind of want to see Izzy complete the redemption arc. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
with
he
you.
does. I think he does. I'm gonna lean Izzy, probably by decision. But yeah,
I
I don't know. Izzy also catches people at unfortunate times. Like he caught fucking Whitaker and he caught Pereira, both like inside the last 10 seconds of a round. He probably
yeah.
would have finished both those fights by knockout had it been like a minute earlier or something.
Oh yeah, Pereira was so gone after that first round.
For
he was on
real.
skates.
Yeah, crazy. But I'll lean Izzy by decision.
I'm gonna go Izzy by decision
Izzy in
too.
general, money line, it's pretty much a pick 'em. There's enough value there.
Yeah, I think yeah pick him, and I think Izzy by decision is my play. I'll probably throw Izzy by decision in my long shot play. I think you could probably get it at decent odds. I'll just check for the sake of this video. I'm guessing probably plus 150. He's plus 170 by decision, so I think that's a pretty solid bet.
Yeah, at that point, I would almost I mean, yeah, if you're taking it straight up, I'd do that. But if you're putting it in a parlay, I would just take his money line because there's a chance he finishes him also.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, maybe just go with the money line play. But to wrap up the video, I have one play. I had it hidden down here. You probably saw sneak peeks of it, or I sort of gave it away. But it's minus 120, and it's under 2.5 in the Mearshart versus Pfeiffer fight, and then Holland money line. I think both those are really solid favorites. Can't really go wrong with them, especially that under 2.5. Someone's going night in that for sure.
I'll make this up on the spot. Let me put this together really quick. So I'm gonna do under 2.5, like you said. I'm not big on the over/under round stuff usually, but so you said under 2.5. That's what minus 325.
Yep, yeah, I'm Bovada.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do actually Gastelum money line with that.
Nice. Okay, or if you want to be a little safer, you could throw Yanez too.
Yeah, as weird as this sounds, I almost feel safer with Gastelum than Giannis, despite the lines.
Yeah, I just like we both mentioned. I really feel like Curtis is gonna have to knock him out to win that fight.
Yeah, but that's plus 135, two-legger. I'll say that's my little.
I think
I
that's
think it's safe.
solid odds. I think I might get on that too.
Yeah, plus odds. I mean, why the hell not?
Thanks for everyone watching this. I think we're gonna have more guests on here. This is really productive. I thank Nate for coming on here. Very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable.
Yeah, I mean, and even once we're back in the same city and everything, we could try to record them in person. Maybe get a face cam or something eventually.
Or
Try to
some reaction
increase the
videos.
production
Yeah,
value, yeah.
definitely.
Something like that. We'll take Chase CH to the next level.
Definitely. Thanks for everyone for watching this. It's been a blast,
Yeah,
and we'll catch
thanks,
you later.
Dean, for having me.
Have a good one, guys.